fitting them. Chris Shipp reports now on a father's crusade.
Our carriage flipped violently. I couldn't hear my daughter. Desperate seconds to try and find my daughter in the dark. Because remember, the carriage was on its side. I was hanging from the ceiling.
The words of a father on board that train, a man who lost his daughter that Saturday night, a young life wasted, he says, because she wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
The scene was not one that I wouldn't want to describe.
You're convinced she would still be here today if that train had seatbelts and if she was wearing one?
Yes, a seatbelt would have saved my daughter's life, and she would have been wearing one.
14-year-old Emily was killed in the crash. She was sitting with her father and a friend when their carriage came off the tracks. It is only 6 weeks on, yet her father says he has to campaign. He, more than anyone else, knows what happens in a high-speed crash.
The train was doing 100 miles an hour, so it's fairly obvious that when you stop, as that train did, probably within 6 seconds from 100 miles an hour, and turned over, what effect that has on the people inside it.
And he says, unlike many other rail safety measures, making seatbelts available would be relatively cheap. This company in Stockport has spent 5 years trying to have them introduced, but the answer from the rail industry has always been no.
The train companies are interested because of the money side of it, because they're going to lose when they start putting people in seats and no standees or only so many standees.
We know they're not expensive, but would they work? Seatbelts fitted on every train seat would of course delay passengers getting on and off at the station. They would also have to be policed. And if the seats weren't properly secured to the floor, they wouldn't be much use at all. With Emily's father as he handed in his petition today was Emily's friend. She was also on the train. This, they say, is their way of channeling their affection for Emily. Chris Shipp, ITV News.
Let's get some more of tonight's news now. Tens of thousands of pensioners will go to bed tonight hungry. Age Concern says while millions of us overindulge this Christmas, many older people are undernourished and risking ill health by not eating a proper diet.
Fishermen in Scotland have been told they'll still be able to catch cod under a new